Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Get that 1-3-1 going.
Yeah, and the Karma kind of facilitates on both sides, right? She does help out with that push scenario, but also enabling these melee champions to close that distance. And when you're looking across at LNG, I mean, we already kind of highlighted, this is a big team fight.
Picture in picture, we wait to see now Tarzan hovering around, maybe looking for something here. We'll find Vista. Does he invest into it though? Actually, they're looking for Death because they know he has no flash available. He'll have an arcane shift, and that's about it. He will use it there. There's the supreme display of talent into the bullet time, but is it enough to be traded back? Iwandi will just survive. First blood goes to LNG. Deft does have himself about a 400 gold lead in that bot side as well, and that's two objectives now. Rift Herald into the Dragon, going over to Hanwha. Here is Icon just pushing in Chovy just a little bit. Willer will be spotted out. There's the Vanguard's edge jumping in straight away. We will have the counter-strike to try and mitigate anything going. They will invest the Glacial Prison, but it will miss by the smallest of hairs.
Yeah, they just about to get away, but that's two plays now to the top side, giving a ton of control over to this Aurelia.
DP.
Oh, hang on, yeah, looking at this bottom side.
Deft's in a lot of trouble. He has flash and heal. He's going to get charmed up into the bullet time. Flashes away. There's Icon using the explosive cast into the belly bob. He's exhausted. Deft will fall. Vista sure to follow. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Light 1-2 Uniflu. LNG 3-0 up.
And this is brilliant from LNG, getting some plays on the bottom side, but Hanwha Life are here to trade, looking to get this mid lane turret.
Yeah, we can see it now dropping down Shelly. She will get a bop off, so they will get themselves 3 plates. Nicely done there. Is actually Ale and Morgan going toe-to-toe. It's a 1v1 in the top side. We're going to see the stun come down. Ale forced to flash away. Trouble if he was to stay underneath his tower, so it eventually equals out, but it could have been a lot more. That was very close.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too close there for Tarzan, but he does manage to get it. Terror bot side still goes down for Light though, and at least that's going to help out a little bit, but it will be responded from Hanwha, and Iwandi is top side to make sure that he can respond to the Herald play. Don't know how much we want to try and commit to it. Already just trying to shift their vision control up towards Baron, so Tarzan just trying to see if he can poke, but I don't know if LNG are actually going to fully commit for this. They're now face checking in, kind of realizing, hang on a second, Deft's the only real poke.
I've been here before. Icon this time round going to jump in now and see if he can catch out Morgan, who has got his flash available to him, but I think he's dead to rights. You can see Iwandi and the rest of LNG. Woo! Morgan almost getting the solo kill, but a supreme display of talent catches out Willer and Chovy. They are going to jump in now with the quickness and try and start this one off. Deft untouched. Vista is now out and safe. He's going to be able to supply ordnance from the side, and Chovy with the undying rage, with the healing, with the damage. It's just doing so much to this backside. Tarzan has to try and find himself a way out, but I don't think he can. He's going to try and just do as much damage as possible, but it is Hanwha Life who get themselves the 3 kills.
And it looked good to begin with for LNG, but there you can see the power through LNG, and Hanwha now will turn towards Dragon. They'll get more kills on towards these solo laners for Hanwha, and can now look again to go back towards this 1-3-1 and start to find those early those better skirmishes. I mean, Hanwha, they've been playing this all split. This hasn't been the LNG style, and they're struggling to keep up with the LCK team here.
They are struggling a little bit, and I like this from the side of Hanwha Life. They're saying, look, we have teleport advantages. We know what we can do. Light getting jumped on a little bit, using the Gale Force to try and get himself out. They're going to try and jump on the Chovy and maybe burn him down, but he's still going. There's the supreme display of talent to try and keep Light alive, but Chovy's in, Chovy's out, and Chovy gets himself the kill.
Welcome to my just tries to push in top side, and instantly Hanwha are like, cool, we have the numbers advantage up on top side. Let's start to push in aggressively. We're ahead. We can take these fights, and they do a phenomenal job of finding Light and executing them.
And they really do. Oh, flash in. Icon goes in. Belly bop, extendo bop as they get him down. Deft gets himself killed all out of one small miss.
Out mid because you're committing members for LNG to the Dragon. They start to rotate again up, looking for vision control on this top side, playing towards Baron, playing towards Chovy's strength. You're still good as Hanwha waves that are in mid and in that top side as well. So if you ever misstep of his LNG, like Iwandi nearly did, you can look for the picks. So LNG are trying desperately to contest this vision, not give Hanwha control of this top side, because then they can move between the 2 lanes so easily.
Oh, Willer's gotten caught out. They're going to try and charm him up. There is a TP coming in, but he is dead now. Here you are, Morgan. Can you get out? Ale jumps onto the backside to try and get some disruption there, but Chovy has arrived. Can he do anything in this fight? No, LNG are just too much of a unit. They're too clumped together. The explosive cast to disengage. Chovy still pushing it onto Tarzan as Iwandi is here. Has popped the ghost, will get himself out, but up joining in now. 5,000 HP onto the Baron. You can see LNG have moved themselves up. They have priority in mid. Hanwha are thinking about disengaging for this one. The Baron very, very low. They'll go in straight down onto Iwandi. There's the explosive cast, but Iwandi is dead. Extreme play of talent though. Hits on the 4 and maybe LNG can turn this one around. Chovy's already used his Undying Rage and has to get himself out. It's a 1 for none.
But again, Home now with control of this. We just saw that LNG, if they cannot hit on towards Deft, on towards Vista with these ultimates, they cannot win these team fights.
Here we go. Willer goes in. We're going to see the Supreme display his talents hit down to another 4 people as Ale jumps on the Chovy. He will have the counter-strike here onto Morgan, but he's not going to be able to get anything else done. There is the bullet time going down. Willer is dead. Vista has to flash away and get himself healed by his AD carry. Chovy, for the first time this game, looks like he might die, and that's going to be a shutdown going over to Light. Ale chasing down the old LPL top laner in Morgan. That's 3 kills. That's going to be Dragon. That's going to be Baron.
Yeah, you can see the pings going down on towards Baron. They're just going to have Icon solo this out. The rest of the team, but Deft
is here. And oh, call an ambulance, but not for me. He gets himself between the turrets, and Ale gets himself out. That's another kill for LNG. They have the run of the map.
Yeah, great bait, mate. 8 out of 8 as they move over towards the Baron. And I mean, it's only Deft here. This would be a miracle steal if he can get that ultimate. But Tarzan is on the bottom side. He's going to pop that early. Look to poke off LNG.
He's looking to poke him off. This isn't Ezreal. He's got himself 4 items or 3.5 as he comes into this one, but he's 5v1. Deft, it's all on you, buddy. They're going to try and go for him. They're going to slow him down. He's going to flash away to try and keep himself alive, but the explosive cat is too good. Deft, however, is a slippery Ezreal and gets himself out. Baron still goes in favor of LNG. It's just a stun bot. It is an engage tool to try and soak up as much damage as possible because the Sejuani is just not going to be able to do any meaningful damage as finally that tier 1 in mid lane does fall. As LNG them in those fights could be huge.
Yeah, and look at the vision for Chovy. Thank you very much, observers, because when you look, right, this is where you can start to pick off people.
Yeah, they're going to look, see, Iwandi is pretty safe. Willer going to have to use his Arctic Assault over the wall to keep himself away. Tarzan, though, gets caught out here. Will take about half his health away. There's going to be the Glacial Prison coming in as they try and start this fight. Just before the Dragon spawns, Chovy goes into the side. The Supreme display of talent tops him down. And will he be able to keep himself alive just before it goes off? Yes, he will. He will get out. The heal, the flash. But here's Ale. He's just unafraid, unfurred, and undeterred to jump 100% into 3. Now, however, he's going to get one mark. Oh, Chovy can't die. He will keep himself alive. Flash forward. Light with the Gale Force gets him down, and finally LNG, after what feels like an age, will find himself. Oh, he nearly had the ult, but getting themselves the tower, they'll back away. They picked up the Dragon. That's Ocean solo well, but please explain to me this team fight because it went on for an age.
Yeah, I mean, what ended up happening was Chovy going that little bit too far forward, which you'll see at the beginning, but then it turns into who survives longer, Ale or Morgan in the backline, because you get that engage on these team fights as well, and LNG just feel confident to start at the Baron. Homo won't even be here.
They gotta go with the teleport. They gotta bait this one out. They're gonna jump on the Chovy and get the damage down, but the Baron has been taken. That is secured. They're gonna jump straight in onto the single target of that Sejuani, who went a little bit too close to the LPL 4th seed, and now Ale just pushing forward, knowing that he might be able to find someone. Has the counter-strike, will catch out Morgan, but a good to Flawless Duet keeps him alive, barely flashes away. They're gonna go in and keep him going. He's flashing, he's going forward, but when knocked back, he's gonna be left all to his lonesome to try and defend against the rest of LNG. Now Tarzan feeling good. Supreme display of talent lands onto 2, and Deft is dead. Vista will keep himself alive, and Chovy and Vista against the world.
Hanwha tried so damn hard, but LNG, they've got the Baron, they've got the Ocean Soul, and they're looking to take the base.
Game 1 of the 2021 World Championships, LPL versus the LCK. The Nexus will fall in favor of LPL, and they will strike first in this absolutely historic bout between these two regions.
LPL managed to come. We'll run this TP Ignite, and it looks like we might be getting...
So yeah, free Dragon going over to Infinity, and look, Dagda, you told me this was going to be more...
I tried, all right, I tried.
That this was going to have fighting, there was going to be skirmishes, but no, as I say that, I'm going to have to catch myself. I knew I could cast or curse it. We do see Summoner Burned in the bot side.
We're going top side, though, which means Red Cannons have full control over River.
Oh, we are going to see a hell of a lot of people here, as we can see now Flash back, trying to get the showstopper to start it all, but it's all about the movement. As he gets in, gets the haymaker, Greptar will fall down. There's Fuzz Blood, and we get a tidal wave right across JoJo and Aegis. Cataclysm down, 3 more kills going on. That's a fantastic sleep, but you have no extra damage now with a TP coming in. This fight can really begin. There's the tactical sweep. You don't get a lot, but you get one back, but it's still Infinity with the advantage. I'm going to go for it, but...
Also, we will see a different build coming through from your Lucian traditionally, much more on towards the crit damage, where you're looking at the Gale Force or Kraken Slayer, Infinity Edge.
Oh, showstopper goes in as Cody gonna find himself with the Stolen Lily ultimate. He's got the Lilting Lullaby down, but Greptar Soul Snake not going to be quite able to land that one there for him, and he's got to be careful. There is still another lilting lullaby from the original owner, as we now see the culling coming out just to try and get these health bars nice and low, but there is going to be the ultimate, but they trade it all back. It's fights on every side. There's the TP coming in. That's going to be Solid Snake falling down, but we go back down to bot side, and White Lotus has picked up a kill. It's action all the time. Everyone back into the mid lane, and Bogax has found one.
We're all over the map right now. Appearance after the 2018 Worlds.
Yeah, and we are back into game. Obviously, the bug was not leading.
What we talked about with Red Canids, early game team love to win out through their lanes, and it's Guigo that's managed to come out on top. Seems like it's pretty alright, pretty okay.
Sorry. Looks cool.
And I think as well, but to be fair, Red Canids haven't really been given it a huge amount of respect. And look at where Cody is, right? He's just rotated up to top to collect that big wave, so you're not actually losing too much on the map for going for this. As White Lotus though might lose his life.
They're going to go for it, but a nice little tidal wave, but a great solar flare catches out Ackerman. That was a two-man commitment, but we even got the TPs coming in. They're going to put down the Hexag ultimatum, and Cody is dead. And the blink of an eye, 2 quick kills, and Red Canids have themselves everything.
And in Infinity Esports, they just commit too much. This is something that we saw a lot from them in the regular season, was they just get dangled a fight and try and get Guigo down into this bottom lane, keep him as your split pusher, make sure that you can get control of mid lane, especially with the mid lane turret down. But this was just a really good engage coming through from Aegis, and instant follow-up from the support. Brilliant engage coming through from Jojo that sets up Teton for success, and then just the overcommits completely from Infinity.
Oh, we got to go back into this one here as Ackerman gets caught out, brought into the showstopper, and now happened on the other side of the map. Misfortune picked up a kill onto the Lucian. They're just falling like flies. What happened?
So, Red now trying to see if they can, as you say, get control over River. You've got at least Bogax who's pushing out bot, but will separate him.
Cody's going to get Hextech ultimatum, but they're going to commit the TP straight away. And they're going to turn this one around straight away onto the Camille, but it is Cody who falls first. There we go. Bogax trying to use a slicing maelstrom. You have to get the haymaker off. He will eventually get it. Aegis almost going down. Solid Snake in the backside, and Teton goes forward, finds himself the kill. They will find out Solid Snake. He's not quite able to get the Cataclysm down, and they will get themselves 3 more. Will go down nonetheless, and that will be a massive move now as we have a look now at the replay.
Yeah, you're going to see here just keeping control of River. Cody takes that as well.
Oh, that hook shot stunned the Solid Snake, just making sure he couldn't jump onto Aegis. And you feel like if he gets that Cataclysm, he gets the point, and there is now his Red Canids. We can see White Lotus going forward, seeing if he can maybe get something going from him. Guigo is here. He's going to jump straight in on top of Cody. There's a showstopper to try and get the bullet time going. He will get the damage, and there's a fantastic solar flare that cannot continue onto it, but it's still Red Canids pushing forward, pushing strong.
And again, Bogax just late to the fight. Infinity Esports already gone by the time this Kennen shows up, so you've now got the waves pushing in. Guigo goes to situate himself down back around bot side, and now Red can continue the onslaught of the base.
They got the wave in bot side as well, so they can go for either side. As we can see, thank you observers for showing us, there's just 2 being stretched too thin, and now Guigo trying to see if he can jump onto Bogax. They're going to land the Xenoblade. They're going to pop out the slicing maelstrom in defense just to try and keep himself alive. Cody has got the showstopper, and these health bars are sending
this pressure through the 3 lanes and just wait for Infinity Esports to crash. Wait for this Baron.
Now Baron going down to about half its HP. You can see now Red Canids, so they don't want it. They don't want to try and get the Baron. They want to go for the fight straight away. Solid Snake in a little bit of trouble. He's the one who has to face check as we go in. We're going to see the Hextech ultimatum coming out. There's the bullet time. They're not quite getting it on top of people that they want, but there is the death of the jungler now as they try and go in for the showstopper. Cody not quite able to get the abscond abduct. These health bars are too low. It's a double kill for Greftar. It's a double kill for Teton, and that's going to be the game.
I mean, secure, contain, protect. The package was delivered successfully as they just keep Teton safe. Bogax never gets the opportunity to try and use this big ultimate, and now Red will look to close out the 2nd game of the World Championship.
They will look to try and push this one in. They got all the ways they could possibly want. They're even going to TP in. It's Ackerman versus the world. This is reminding me of a bit of Attack on Titan. Ackerman versus the Titans, but the Titans come out on top in this particular instance. It will be advantage in the Copa America to the Brazilian side.
And so well played stuff. Keep yourself safe. Keep
Twitter to tell me my analysis from now.
Perfect. Gotcha. I mean, it's where the best analysis comes from. A second to Reddit. But topside.
Absolutely topside. Vizicachi now getting his first little taste of the LNG top duo with the jungle. First blood going over to Ale.
And it's nice to see Tarzan at least having a little different idea.
He's not level 6 just yet, and you will have the grand challenge coming down. They have no idea that Tarzan is here, but there's a hell of a lot of minions coming in, so they're going to try and take him down. He flashes away. Nicely done there by him to try and keep himself alive. Tarzan tanking up just the perfect amount, and that is another quick kill into the top lane.
So it gave that moment for LNG to find more kills on towards Ale. And sorry, before you visit Chachi, welcome back to the main stage. And you're getting beware of where the Peace jungler is.
We are seeing level 6 is being picked up now. You do not have access to the cannon barrage, but Deathmark, the hero's entrance, and of course the curse of the sad bullet time. They landed, they're gonna go in, and the AoE is good! Violet will pick himself up the kill and the first blood for the OCE region.
Nicely that Babip was here, right? So that's what we saw Tarzan hovering around in the jungle here, just trying to play out of vision, but not expecting Peace to full commit with Babip there. One job. She loves it, and you just deny it from her.
Just deny it at all times. But now Tarzan going to keep Babip away, and this is where Tarzan is just very, very good at just knowing the limits of his champion. And with Aladoric having to come down here now, they're just trying to defend their own base.
Yeah. Aladoric gets the engage on Iwandi, though.
Oh, okay, he's used the bullet time as well. Or not the bullet time, excuse me, the cannon barrage alongside the curse of the sad mummy, and they try to go in now with the heroic entrance, try and keep Aladoric alive, but he's dead. Ale with his third kill. Now they can keep pushing forward. Tarzan flashes away, and we can see maybe if Tali goes down. There's a bullet time, but it's a double kill. Ale flashing forward, not quite able to get it, and he will fall down to the turret. He got a little greedy and he got punished, but even then we're still continuing on. LNG want these kills. I don't think they're going to get them.
Right, Chachi unfortunately has just, this is ballooned completely out of control. Thank you, as you can see, 3,000 gold in this matchup. This combo that we're working off of. Otherwise, it's going to be this slow bleed that we're seeing, right? Ale disappearing into the fog of war, taking away all your camps, constantly hovering mid to make sure that Peace are always under threat. And, well, Chachi, if he ever steps up, will find himself at the end of the point of that sword.
He's full, almost full item behind at this stage. So we can now see the first death mark, and boop! That's not what's going to happen to the Zed. That's supposed to happen to the target.
But, I mean, look at the ward.
Dragon fight to happen.
Yeah, I mean, have you got a Piece? Like 6k go behind. You haven't really got vision control of the area. You can see Aladoric might even be cut out.
He's going to go, ooh, okay, they get the solar flare out of it. Iwandi going a little deep here, and they're actually going to be able to get the stopwatch out of him. This is just all delaying, and ooh, Tarzan's a big boy, and that's going to be a lot of damage. Babip goes in, but immediately has to try and get himself back out. Tarzan trying to see if he can find a little bit more kills. There's going to be the bullet time to try and dissuade anyone from that little corridor, but the end of it all, LNG are not deterred, LNG are not afraid, and LNG are still pushing forward. Peace trying to keep themselves in some way, shape, or form alive.
Oh, Violet.
Oh, Violet. Roses are red, violets are blue. Violet gonna have to back away from this turret right now, or he's dead to you, and that's gonna be Icon still going for it. He's catching him in the shop! Didn't look at his sides, and that's another quick kill. Turret goes down, and Icon, he's just playing with his food right now. He knows he can go in, out, left, right. He's got light coming onto this, they flashing on top of him. He gets himself onto the double up. He eventually falls down. Good barrel coming out from Peace, but it's a consolation prize.
Yeah, because you've got Fiora pushing bot side for Ale. You've got Tarzan who's taking the Dragon at the same point in time as well. LNG are just playing out the map beautifully, and here comes the dive.
Ale was not a part of the last fight, has the grand challenge, and even with the flash over the wall, nothing you can do.
God, this is statements from LNG at the 27-minute mark.
It's a 5-level difference between Aladoric and this Fiora. So here we go, we're going in. Supreme is playing talent, their solar flare completely whiffs, and that's going to be the bullet tide coming in. So they actually trade back to Kiana. Iwandi in a lot of trouble as well, and that's 2 quick kills, but Icon trying to get something back. They go back in with Babip, he dies as light flashes away. These are the small mistakes that we
It's like, okay, Ale has completely crashed and burned in a side lane. We get the shutdown onto the gangplank. Suddenly Chachi has a whole heap of gold, and maybe he can blow someone up, but that's so far from where we are right now.
Oh yeah, we'll be going much further as well, as Aladoric just getting caught up. CC locked. Where is he supposed to go? Thankfully it was on the Amumu, although those CCUs, because he's just able to tank himself up and get himself out alive. And now Icon going forward is probably the better way to put it, but with all this vision you can start it and then move straight back out to try and maybe catch somebody out. Fiora pushing in that mid lane, so you have not got the pressure of your team. He's already gone back and trying to TP in with the LeBlanc. Now it's going to be a full 5v5. There's going to be the taunt going down onto Icon as he gets not quite deleted, but it's the gangplank down. It's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, and right into the middle. You're to search LNG. Bon appetit. That's going to be the clean ace, and LNG can barrel it up mid.
I mean, they've got the wave, they've got everything. Who needs a Baron when you can take the entire clean ace? And LNG, 24 minutes, will crack up in the base of Peace.
And LNG will put themselves onto 2-0. They will cement themselves atop the table, and they will keep themselves very, very happy as they come out on top in the first day of LPL, excuse me, Worlds 2021.
Bias confirmed. Bias confirmed.
We got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
Easier to deal with if you're the opposition, so we'll have to see how Morgan will be able to perform on this Renekton, but ward. So you can see here Hamwa well aware of this. Now, I don't think you need to over-aggress towards this, just give it. Like, It's one dragon, but Willer wants to see if he can steal it.
Chovy hasn't got the push right now, so it's going to be a 4v3. So Cody putting himself in a position. White Lotus not quite got the bullet time just yet. They're going to jump straight in onto Willer. TP going to be committed. That's Chovy getting himself on the other side of this fight. Death going aggressive as they look to try and secure this dragon. Solid Snake flashing away, but he falls to the ignite. First blood going up to Hanwha. They trade 1-for-1. Flash. Ackerman in a little bit of trouble. They don't land the paddle star, and Cody not going to be able to trade it back. 2 kills for
a bunch of bunch of resources put into this Renekton. Instead, they're just like, cool, Renekton's winning anyway. Let's just invest in depth on the bottom side and make sure we're winning across the board.
Bugax is so low right now. You might pop the dominance. Yep, there it is. Can he get himself behind the turret, though? Morgan in a little bit of trouble. Will get the Q off. Flashes away. Still dies. It's
just don't have the item spikes that we need right now to contest this.
Yeah, as well. You have Morgan just hovering towards that bot side before returning to top. So recognizing, look, I can hover. I can be around. Timer, they're looking for something.
Yeah, Bugax still has push in top side, which is why they're maybe looking for Ackerman.
Oh, they're going to look for Ackerman in the mid lane, but there's the bullet time coming out to stop Chovy for going in for the shifting sands and the Emperor's Divide. A lot of things being burnt right now. Flashes, dashes, everything whatsoever. There's the ultimate. Has been tanked up by White Lotus, so won't do the full damage. There's going to be the Crescent Guard coming out for Solid Snake as he's going to try and jump in, but now Drowsy going down onto Willer. Can they commit any more to this fight? I don't think they can, but here comes Bugax right off the side, but a TP in the middle of it. Bugax versus the world. He's looking for Death, who will get over the wall. They flash in on the Death. Death will fall. That's going to be the first kill of this fight. Now Cody can jump in. It's the Amumu for the Ezreal right now. Willer so close to Death. Finally will fall down as Morgan finds himself a little bit all alone. Chovy tries to get him away, but he just cannot. And in a strange turn of events, Infinity
mid don't get the play, and Chovy's pushing in topside. He's poking out Bugax with the range discrepancy, and it'll actually be Hanwha who end up with a tower when all is said and done.
Later, that's just generally how you want to go for this. And finally, we are seeing them look to trade up if they can, as we look to see maybe they can get a blue buff out of it as well. The Dragon taking a little bit longer, I imagine, than most anticipated, but he get away with just a little bit of a smack on the wrist.
Yeah, not going to be able to burn any summoner spells, and Infinity now get the recess that they need to hold on to this mid lane turret, but Hanwha are not letting up.
They are not, but Hanwha gotta respect. That is still a 2.5 item Zoe with the distance on the paddle star. You get so much. Ackerman goes in. He stops Chovy, and Chovy has been taken out. He gets his Emperor Divide out, but when you're locked in place, there's nothing you can do. Willer forced to flash away, and Hanwha Life are heading for the hills.
And they knew that Ackerman was there. He was
Cody just covering up that mid lane, but they are waiting to see if they can just catch somebody out. There's an exhaust going down to Vista. Maybe they're looking for a little bit of a take. White Lotus takes a little bit of a hit, and the TP's going to be committed. That's going to be Chovy coming in. White Lotus has to get himself out. There's the Solar Flare. Vista is still very tanky. Vista is still very healthy. They land on the Death as Solid Snake tries to take him down, but Cody is there, and Hanwha Life punish the overextension. They punish the mistake in Infinity. You got to get out. You got to try and survive. You can't.
They get themselves back control of the map, and they will get themselves a third dragon. And now, especially when you're looking at a Rabadon's death cap will complete soon for the Azir, that's going to be a major issue.
Yeah, it's just a bit reaching there from Infinity. You didn't have to try and force that play. You didn't have to try and make it work for you. You had options, and even this Bugax into Morgan, he's winning the side lane, as we can now see him invest into this jungler to try to catch him out. Solid Snake is dead. That's just an easy, quick kill, and Hanwha Life starting to pick up the pace.
And I mean, Baron's on the cards as well now, right? 26 minutes into the game, you've got a 3-kick goal lead at Azir with a Rabadon's death cap. That will not stand for very long, as Bugax is still trying to deal with this bot lane turret.
You gotta be a little bit careful though. Willer will have to be the sole tank of this. As you can see now, Vista off to the side. They will have the True Shot Barrage land on the 3 people, so I'll pepper them down. This Baron is not exactly quick. Deft and Vista are the ones keeping him away, and oh my lord, Deft! That is just so disgusting, being able to go that far aggressive, and no, he's gonna be able to get the kill.
Yeah, I mean, Deft's feeling himself right now.
Overreaching, maybe saw an opportunity that wasn't there, and really getting hard punished right now, as we can see, just pushing forward with the Infinity. Are going to look for a pick. It's not really the one they wanted, so they're not going to fully commit to it. They're going to try and maybe get a little bit of poke, but nothing else. Bugax is pushing back Morgan, but that turret is falling, and then the 4v4, Infinity can't hold, and Bugax trying to go for the 1v1 against Rected, but you're against minions right now. He's going to get blocked, and he's not going to be able to do it at all. He's going to have to back himself away because the rest of Hanwha is up. It's coming up from his base.
But look at the health bars on Infinity. They're actually being cut off from their own base as Hanwha now get bot. They're going to get mid, and it's falling apart for Infinity.
It is, and Morgan's going to find Bugax. He's not going to be able to get himself back to base to try and defend, and now they're going to try and trade each other's lives. They won't be able to get it, but Hanwha Life, they smell blood.
Annihilate both Chovy and Deft. You're just kind of out of time.
Yeah, they're going to get tier 2 in the top side. so 5 members of Infinity, but you got Chovy and Morgan at the top side. You got the rest of Hanwha hovering in the red side jungle, so you know you are safe to go for this. Def will get drowsy. Morgan's a little bit isolated away from his team, and they will try and commit onto it. This should be the last fight coming in, so we do get the stuns down. It's double cleanse used as Def gets himself out. He had himself a QSS, and he had himself a cleanse, so he keeps himself alive. The base is well and truly drawn, hung and quartered as they now look to try and find the last fight. Infinity throwing everything at the wall. They just got this completely separated. They just can't finish off the health bars. They're just so close, but yet so far. White Lotus trying his very best, but it is in fact Bugax who gets himself a double kill, but Def knows the rest of the team are low. He knows they're going for it. There's the stun, there's the kills. Is it a triple? It's not quite able to happen. Def keeps himself alive. And while all this is happening, Chovy's ended the game.
Chovy's just chilling. He's like, yeah, guys, just keep him busy. I've got this. Got to finish off this. I mean, Bugax finally will fall to Morgan's hands, as the base will do likewise to Chovy.
It was a valiant last effort from Infinity, but Hanwha Life will get themselves onto the win sheet. They will find themselves a win against the LLA #1 team, as there's the ace coming in. Sniped off to the side. Chovy ends the game. Hanwha Life on the board.
Historic roster, you kind of already see here. We already talked about the top side of Unicorns of Love, and you get historic picks as well. Ward up here, and Jace is quite far up the lane.
Boss pushed up quite a bit here. Ebi going in as well, is about to turn Mega. Will have the flash wallop in just a second. Parkour across the wall, flash in. They're looking for Boss. He still has the flash to try and get away, but the wallop will connect, stunned up, and DFM get first blood.
Super nice in a slow push, but now with the priority on detonation focus me, Gang is out on the map, but Nomads does have flash, and I think this is going to be a hard gang to pull off.
Yeah, the wave really not in the right spot for this sort of gang. It's actually continuing to push towards the Unicorns of Love tower. Aria will get it to crash in, perhaps just shadowing him. There's the chain, still going in. Flash, Zenith Blade, they're looking for it. Nomads underneath the tower is dead before he can even shockwave.
He found it and didn't even have to burn a flash from the side of Aria. Down in the bot lane, they tried to go for a play with a stack minion wave towards Unicorns of Love instead, but we're not even done.
Oh, the ward jump into the kick there onto Ebi. Will gnar them into the wall, but he doesn't have a flash. He doesn't really have a hope of getting away from this one. Boss switches forms. Ebi tries to jump, and Boss with the hyper here should just do enough damage. One more auto would be enough. The Sonic Wave shot. There's the auto, as Boss will take it.
And movement speed almost came through with the hyper. Steel is trying to counter jungle because he saw the enemy jungle up here, so he will get some extra gold and experience from himself, stealing away that red buff. And I wonder if they can threaten the bot lane.
In the CIS, usually he was the one that everyone was focusing on. Everyone was getting into his lane to get him ahead.
This map is not coming through either, because in the minimap, they had a lot of good vision towards the bottom lane as well at the same time.
Huge gold swing there for the Unicorns of Love at the 11-minute mark. Ocean Drake, the Rift Tower hasn't spawned yet either, so Ebi actually has a lot of time where the rest of his team doesn't have to push forward. Gang here taking a little bit of a bad route. Bullet time coming out as well, but Gang, that was just poor pathing from the support for DFM.
Cross map instead, which is also an option, so when Detonation Focus Me starts up this Drake, you just try Slippery Assassin here, loads of mobility and pretty much Talon and LeBlanc coming into this one, but how they find that pick, that's going to be the interesting part.
Gang going in, Santa's locked up, and there's the chains, and there's the kill. Gang will take out his fellow supporters. Ebi looks to get in as well. Has flash, has the Nava, decides to back away. One kill enough for DFM for now.
Had to be a bit careful there. Steel was threatening jumping over the wall, but being level 11, Steel wasn't going to fancy his chances, and now going back onto the Drake, they should still be able to take this.
Gang going in, and Alisix going to dodge away with the safeguard. Aria jumping across the wall as well. There's a shockwave lands onto Ebi and Gang, but Gang has to stop watching the bullet time coming out as well. Aria's going to try and put the damage down. Argonaut with a culling of his own will force them away. Dragon secured for DFM. Mid lane tier 1, the target here for the Unicorns, and they should be able to secure it with the Rift Herald charging in. There it goes. They might try and protect this Herald.
Detonation Focus Me, they'll have to find more of that, and it came from Gang, who found the pick onto Santos, the Leona Rakan matchup that we already highlighted.
Aria looking for Nomads here. Nomads does still have the flash. The chains connect. Nomads should have just flashed that. That was greedy from the Unicorns of Love mid laner, and DFM
are putting their resources up towards the top side of the map. On the other half of the map, that's where you see Unicorns of Love trying to threaten their own lead with the Jace.
And Ebi continues to be on the weak side of the map here for DFM. Really hasn't had a hope in hell of surviving a lot of this game, or at least getting an advantage. Nomads here caught with the Zenith Blade once again. He does still have the flash, but the stun lands from the Solar Flare, and Nomads flashes and still dies. Second time in a row we've seen Nomads caught out.
Yes, it's a contest.
Unicorns of Love do have the vision advantage, but that ward in the pit is going to spot them out. Steel jumps in a little bit late. Ebi on the flank, but doesn't have the Mega Gnar stacked up. DFM might decide they don't want this fight because Ebby's only halfway towards raging out. He will continue to aggro the Grump. It will reset, but he continues to build that bar up. Aria on a ward. Gang going forward. There's the Zenith Blade. Ebby still a long way away from the Mega Gnar. The quickness coming out from Santos as well. The Culling following up. Solar Flare hits onto the backline and the bullet time's going to rip through them. A great kick by Ananasik, but he's caught out with the chains. Down towards the bottom side of the fight, you can see Santos is running away. Ananasik able to escape from Aria for the moment with the safeguard. Now we move down towards the bottom lane. Still going in with the rake. Gang on the chase as well. No flash, but does have the Zenith Blade. Santos dives in with the Grand Entrance. Battle dances his way out. Steel exhausted. Shockwave goes wide. Gore Drinker for the slow, but they just can't get in range. And the double up will not bounce. Dodge there by Ananasik away from the chains. Steel's going to continue to parkour his way. Do a backflip. He's on the chase. Another one's going to come out across this wall. And Steel is going to be on the flank. He's all on his lonesome, but here comes TP from Evie. DFM want this fight, and they want it now. They're looking for Nomads. The kick away from Ananasik, but Nomads is still chased down. DFM continue to advance. Evie not getting the Mega Gnar yet. Bullet time coming out. Boss just missed with the shock blast, but he's going to get chased down with the Zenith Blade. And there's the Solar Flare. And here's the follow-up. Argonaut tries to flash away, but you can't flash away from Aria. DFM with 3 quick kills.
They get complete
For it. As you say, Nolisin alive, 6,000 HP left on the Baron. And Ananasik's going to try and safeguard in here, but I don't even know if he can get close enough in time. 3,000 HP on the Baron. And the Unicorns of Love will have to give this one up. Aria acting well as a bodyguard here, keeping Ananasik at arm's length, keeping Santos at arm's length. The result of that group yet, but the expectation is it will be either LNG or Harm One Life first, and then either Harm One Life or LNG second. And if you can get to second place, at least in this group.
Instead of all three, and I like this because it's way easier just clearing these towers. Why make it harder for yourself when you're already in a position to just take down your opponent way easier?
Yeah, and you really want to sync these waves up as well, which is something DFM aren't.
Collapses at the same time, and Unicorns of Love, they'll have issue having way too many resources down in one lane.
Solar Flare going in, and Ananasik jumps onto Unipon on the backline. He's going to pop the stopwatch Santa going in with quickness as well. Shadow Assault has been popped, and already Unipon is down, and Ananasik will fall as well, and Evie goes in with an arm, but the flashes away from Unicorns of Love. Aria has rejoined the fray. Nomad's able to escape. Santa's going back in. Gang dives forward with the Zenith Blade. Santa's ticking, just about survives. And DFM dived in, but Unicorn waiting for Evie to build up that Mega Gnar. Aria goes in onto Noman's again, and Noman's shields himself a little bit too late. The dragon resets.
Evie almost Mega Gnar as well. It's halfway there. She can tell they are looking as well.
And Ananasik goes in with the Dragon secure. That's the Mounted Soul going over to DFM. Still looking for the backline. The bullet time rips them to shreds. And the Unicorns go extinct like the mythical beast they are. Santa's forced away. No Man's trying to dodge away to the side as well, but he still has the shockwave here, just in case he needs to fight this one out. Santa's and No Man's trying to do what they can. Unipon with the slow. Still chasing. DFM really want these kills so that they can get the Baron flash away from Steel. Aria going in, lands onto Santos, that's one. No Man's should be able to walk this one out, but the TP comes in and Evie's on the chase. Aria will take it. DFM clean up the fight.
Yeah, but it was very messy. While this happened, Ananasik to DFM, Unicorns of Love here with Ananasik. Trying to be stealthy here. I don't think there's much he can do in this position. Gang coming around as well. He should be done.
Yeah, it's the Solar Flare. Unicorn's going to chase him down. Kick away, and Ananasik will get to the blast cone and manages to survive for the time being. But the Baron is still being focused down by DFM. Really, they're just trying to keep this jungler away from the Baron for as long as possible. They will kill him. Splits up the death timers as well, meaning that DFM with Baron will have a man advantage for the next 41 seconds.
They can even get a bigger man advantage if they look for this one.
Oh, Argonaut!
What?
Oh, Aria, undefeated on
At the start of this game, Medic.
unkilled on LeBlanc in summer, and he continues to be so far this game. Gang flashes in, DFM looking to end this right here, right now. There goes the kill onto No Man's. Boss trying to join the fray. Evie will die. Gang going in once again with the Zenith Blade. Boss pops the stopwatch, but there's a double to steal. 6-0-4. Add one more to the score for DFM. The inhibitor's now their target, and they have no time on Ananasik, but they do still have at least 15 seconds on Argonaut. Ananasik alone defended his base right now.
Yeah, but your wave clear sucks as Lee Sin. It's also Baron up minions. There's not much you can do about this situation. I think DFM, they're going to try and take it now.
They were chasing Ananasik off at the inhib. The Nexus will go down as DFM secure their first win at Worlds 2020. Before was on GRX a couple of years ago, but instead it's Jarvan in the top lane. There's the Q. Dragon Strike has been used, so there's no flag drag combo. Crazy could look for the stun underneath the tower. Here's Mojito catching the wave. TP coming in as well from Galatasaray. Counter TP immediately burnt. They might continue to look for this. There's the root, and already PK has to try and flash away, but he's stunned up, locked down, and Galatasaray with a perfect execution of that dive. Now Mawam is in for a world of hurt underneath this tower. Crazy will die, but it's a double for the cannon.
But what a nice setup as well from Galatasaray. This is something that we didn't have.
Herald team, they want to keep the goal ticking over in the early game, and they do still get, 60% of all Drakes in their game, but this isn't usually their focus when it comes to early objectives. Getting farm, getting to these first completed items, Mythics on their way across the board, and PK has to be careful. There's the root, Supreme Slayer talent into the Slicing Maelstrom, and PK doesn't have a moment to react. TP's coming in from Maowan, but you can see Balulu TPing in himself. Realm Warp's going to chase them down. Maowan does have the shockwave, flashes away, pulls Balulu back, but where's the rest of the team? Husha is on his way. Rift Herald going down in the top lane as well as Husha comes in. Crescent Guard available. That Rift Herald should charge in and just take down this tower. Flash forward from Husha, will take one. He's looking for two as Balulu is able to walk away, and the Rift Herald charges into the
Red wards right now towards this Drake is still in favor of Beyond, but if you want to fight this, you don't have the mythic items. Right now, there's no Goldrum going, your own jungler. They're looking for Balulu though, no flash.
Balulu doesn't have flash, as you say. Temper Fate coming out as well. There's a shockwave. Balulu trying to walk away, but double flash follow. A single flash follow there from PK. Crazy did TP.
But he doesn't have flash, so it's going to be hard for him to get inside towards the back line of Beyond.
Yeah, no flash on Mojito, no flash on Crazy. Does make this a little bit more tricky. We'll see if Zergston can put
Back for these items.
I expect we'll see him go back and get that next item soon. Of course, also the way up the river, you'll be able to get towards mid lane. Beyond going to start up the Dragon here. Mojito still on a ward. Because he has the Rift Herald, he can't actually sweep right now. Now he's going to step forward, but he's still on a ward. The Dragon's almost gone. Mojito going in. There's the Temper Fate onto the Dragon.
Oh!
Supreme display of talent onto the backline. Here comes Crazy. Blue team steals the Cloud Drake as the fight really begins. Galatasaray take it. They take the fight. They clean it up. Husha forced down towards the bottom side of it. Mojito will chase him down. It's a 3-for-2 in favor of Galatasaray, and they took the Dragon.
And that is it. So if you get an extended fight around Baron, it may well go wrong from you. And that's why it's so slow. That's why this setup needs to be right. But TP coming in now from the side of Orianna.
PK going in for the fight. Crazy there with the Slicing Maelstrom as well. But the Cataclysm will lock Crazy in spot. This is what they wanted to do in the early game, but they just can't get the damage down. Balulu once again comes to save his teammate. Temper Fate goes wide, but the rest of Galatasaray are here. Mojito takes one. Mawan, you pop the stopwatch, but you're going to get popped immediately afterwards. Crazy gets his 5th kill of the game, and the chase is on. Realm War behind them. Husha diving in, looking for a live. Balulu going in on towards the backline, trying to catch out Doggo. Mojito there with the stopwatch. You can see Balulu just surviving, but Doggo takes the double. And perhaps a little bit too greedy there from Galatasaray.
Yeah, going forward right into Doggo. The one member who's performing on Beyond, and they might not be done yet. Crazy's still very low, doesn't have that Slicing Maelstrom. So let's see, there he goes. But it looks like they're just going to be able to get away from this one with the Bard Portal as well.
Well, Galatasaray going to give up their mid-tier 1. Mojito waiting in the wings once
Wait around for the perfect moment. Just doesn't seem like it's coming.
Zergston still has a Tempered Fate. Are they going to use it? They use it a little bit too late, but they still get Mawan. Doggo's going to jump away. Mojito trying to get in, but PK's going to lock him up. And Beyond look like they just want to back away from this fight. It was a perfect position.
Valuable one you could get in terms of trying to come back, but obviously you take whatever extra resource you can get in the game.
I don't mind a cloud. Oh, Ezreal jumps in. Mojito could just look for the supreme display of balance as he tries to catch out the Ezreal, but he just doesn't have the damage. The Frozen Heart working overtime, but Crazy flashes in. And in the end, it is Zergston who takes the kill. All of Beyond tried to dive in and save their AD carry. And Crazy may have gone a little bit too deep here for Galatasaray as the chase is on. Cataclysm coming out as well. No shockwave available, but the bullet time will rip them to pieces. Mojito takes another. A great bit of positioning there from the waiting perhaps for the shockwave to be back up. It is now for Mawan.
They're going to be too slow.
Going in, you say they'll be too slow. I agree. Passage will be used. It's a magical journey.
2 minutes.
It looks like Beyond have decided. Third time is not the charm for them. They will give up this Cloud Dragon. They're not going to allow Mojito. But Crazy has such a good TP ward here as he's going to come in. Beyond may want to turn this before Crazy can join the fight. Kino stepping forward, Husha there as well. There's the Cataclysm onto Alive. But Mojito goes in with a supreme display of talent. Triple stopwatch popped. Husha going in. Crazy on the backline. That Slicing Maelstrom was so beautiful. Sublime team fight from Galatasaray, a clean ace from the TCL.
Despite Zergsting ulting away the targets that was about to be supreme display of talent, Crazy still finds a crazy position to come in with the slicing Maelstrom, and that is just the strength that we have been talking about in Galatasaray. It may be slow, but it's finding these leads in the individuals and then find that final fight towards the late game where you just outplay your opponents with your lead. This is the style of Galatasaray, and they make it work with what I'm quite comfortable to say is an upset against Beyond here.
That was a beautiful final team fight from Galatasaray. The TCL #1 seed will take their first game here. Full pick. We'll see if DFM can make a move with the cow in the bottom lane.
Reason why I've
To escape.
But it's still the fact that his lane state is so freaking bad.
Yep.
He can't walk up and shove the lane in, and Fudge can just keep his freeze going as Fudge does.
Aria will flash away here early. Vulcan, though, with a flash follow. The Zenith Blade connects, and Perks is in there. Aria trying to dodge away, but First Blood goes over to Sven. The first time in summer.
Disappointed in by Cloud9 is the fact that they haven't tried to actually dive Ebby just yet, but Perks can steal away the Now ultimate and just CC chain him on the tower. Mechanar is quite far away. I think they're going to go for this dive in the top side.
Blabber's on his way as well, but there is the Gnar stolen away. Perks gets him against the wall, but doesn't get the stun. Flawless Duet still comes out, and goodbye, Ebby. Fudge and Perks secure the kill.
I mean, he can't really...
It's going very much one way, my friend. The solo duos are working out well for C9.
In the Mountain Soul, so despite us saying that, you know what, objective control, not really something they have. Well, they are building themselves. Some Drake stacking here in the early game for potential early... Oh, okay.
Vanguard just coming out from Fudge as he looks to trade on Ebby underneath the tower. Ebby tries to flash away, but Fudge solo kills the Gnar. He will fall for it. But Fudge should be pretty happy with that. Looks like the wave will be...
into the mid lane here because it's running out now.
I mean, he actually might have a tiny window here where you can get a few plates out of it. Rifthold's going to come down. You can see Perks on his way, but this should charge in. One plate already down in the mid lane. Aria will try and pick up the gold. Get the auto attack on the tower to make sure you pick up the gold. But there's the supreme display of talent into the solar flare. Flash across the wall. Gang going in as well. He has to flash away, and the Rifthold was a bit of a bait here as C9 look to take the fight. Chains coming out. Gang caught up. Does have that unbreakable will. Has popped it. Damage reduction is not enough. And C9 5-1 up.
Hell has been summoned up. So you said no turret has been taken. Well, Medic, I present to you a fall in mid lane.
You're just too damn smart, man. You just...
Well, anyways, objective control from Cloud9 in general has been better this game from that we usually see. Like this early Drake
towards it. 4,000 gold now, the lead for Cloud9. Fudge already got his Blade of the Ruin King. Blabber's already got Gore Drinker. Everfrost is complete on Perks. Fudge steps forward straight into Gang. He's going to try and trade in here. The Flawless Duet hits onto 2, dashing around, but you just can't survive against 3 members of DFM. Fudge will fall. This tier 1 in the top lane, and C9 continue to assert their dominance across the map. As the game goes on, Aria could look for the burst potential.
No,
but, Ebby! Oi, oi, oi. Solar Flare flashed away from Perks on the chase as well, and that's actually 2 flashes expended for the price of 1.
He gets out, but the problem is right now that the reset has been coming through. You're not strong enough at detonation, focus me, to force anything else on the map. So as Cloud9 now, you can get the tempo advantage with the reset, you can push in the mid lane on the next one, and then you...
Free unless DFM call them out and say, hey, you have to come to Baron because we might be doing it.
Even if they do Baron, they have a LeBlanc, they have a Jhin. They can remove by Cloud9 from detonation, focus me with them picking up the Infernal right now, putting them on Soul Point. DFM is on a timer.
Yeah. 100%. Infernal Soul with an MF.
Yeah. He's fine with moving up towards the top side, not only when he has Prio, but also losing waves for it, netting his teammate, and that takes some trust.
Fudge going to be jumped on here. TP coming in this Vanguard's edge as well, and Fudge turns it back around. C9 were waiting for this. They were lying in wait. DFM invest a ton into the top lane, but the Gnar brings the Gnar back. It's another double for Perks as he goes 4-0-2 so far in the game. He's looking to make it 5. Gang caught out. It's a triple for the C9 mid laner. Perks makes a statement on his return
as well to clean up the mid lane minion wave, and no one, realistically speaking, should be able to contest this Baron. They should put Cloud9 in a very favorable position, not only going into taking down the tier 2s, but also towards the Soul that is respawning in 3 minutes.
That was 7,000 and a bit gold lead now for Perks as he goes in. Unbreakable will stolen away from the Alistar. Anything you can do, Perks can do better right now as they push in the mid lane. C9 looking to close this one out. Lickety split. The inhibitor tower falls as well. Ebby continues to push in the side lane. He does have TP, but how much are you going to give up for Ebby to get at least a little bit more gold? Inhibitor in the mid lane falls. C9 just want to close this one out as quickly as they can, let's be honest, because Ebby continues to not be with the team, and they've jumped onto Gang. Perks with the Unbreakable will match Gang's of his own. Supreme Display of Talent misses Aria. Gang still alive. C9 now looking to dive, as Aria has to jump away. Second inhibitor, their next target.
And this is one of the things with C9, they're so effective with that Baron power play. We've seen it so many times. Their issues in the past used to be, oh, we can't get Baron.
Need something pulled from a hat as Gang goes in. Supreme Display of Talent disengages him. The Solar Flare coming out as well. No Unbreakable Will on that Alistar. No ult for him as the jump comes in from Perks into the 9 to the stopwatch. Crescent Guard tries to catch Perks out, but he's able to get away for the moment. Flashes out. Ebby gets the stun onto one. Blabber will fall. DFM have one kill in this fight so far. Curtain Call coming out as well as Fudge is forced away. Aria jumping in. Fudge low. Aria will dash back out.
And that's the close. Like it had to be it, but they just didn't have enough gold. They didn't have the resources to fulfill that fight.
C9 just in such a strong position. Unicorns, thank you. Earlier on today, they're still in a very strong position to make it to the knockout stage, but C9 are vying for that first spot, and Aria once again vying to die. Second death this summer on the LeBlanc as the chase goes on. Ebby forced away towards the top side. He's going to gnaw but not get a stun. Perks diving double nexuses into 3, and he's just too damn tanky. You just can't kill him. Gang will fall. Perks gets another double, and C9 announce themselves on the world stage with a win versus DFM. They're going to play with their food a little bit on the Nexus here. Unipon forced back. The minions will do the work for Cloud9 as the Curtain Call comes out. And Vulcan will damage. Counter Curtain Call. Perks can't hit the target. Nexus full.
Nomans would bring out Vayne mid. Nomans has these unconventional pick. You know, if there's a mid laner that would do it, I believe it would be Nomans.
I'll give you that one. Vakan is the
Estral 5 minutes into the game. You can see Alive and Xerxting level 4, both of them. Even Santa's higher level than his AD carry.
Who's doing this? Blast comes up, now works his way across. Santos is on his way as well. Both supports roamed around, as you say, Xerxting. But Alive has joined this fray, so it will be a man advantage for Galatasaray if they want to take this fight. And Anasik continues to step forward, has to subjugate, has that level 6. Boss trading with Crazy off towards the top side. Hallowed Ground going to do a lot of work. Rift Herald secured. Boss jumps away. And, flash forward here. There's the stun card. They're looking for Boss. He's already used the hookshot wall dive. Hexagon made him coming out as well. Boss is ticking. And the Ignite will not quite be enough to secure that kill. However, the Rift Herald will tank up this tower. Santa's coming in from the side. No man's there as well. There's the first bandage toss. Xerxting is low bullet time, gets the first kill. Second and third go over to Galatasaray, though, as an Anasik is now underneath the tower. We'll be able to get one in response, but that's a great play there for Galatasaray. They get the Rift Herald charging.
Galatasaray, they like to take it quite slow. They don't mind just waiting around for these next types of objective, but I would love to see them come in here fashion to Trumbull. You have to expose that.
Well, right now it's Crazy who will be the target of Unicorns of Love's attentions. Destiny available for Balulu. Crazy underneath the tower. Hallowed Path coming in. There's the gate as well from Balulu, looking for the Sun card. Will lock up one. Santa's shot to the tower. Crazy survives. Balulu pops the stopwatch. No man's coming in. Flash into the distortion. Gets enough damage to kill off Crazy, but Ananasik now on the wrong side of the rift. He's dead. Boss, you dive too deep. You have died too greedily. Another kill. Oh, wow.
No way.
Galatasaray just all over the map. They're just wiping the floor with the Unicorns of Love. They're mopping them up.
And that's the individual lead we always talk about with Galatasaray. I mean, Mojito might even go for another.
Shadow Assault will slow him down, and No Man's able to distort away. Should be able to get to safety here underneath this tower.
The leverage back into the game, but they just don't have the priority to do so, while the Talon and the Rakan was clearing vision.
It's a 5,000 gold lead for Galatasaray at the 12-minute mark. Well, 4,500 if we're being precise.
Here we
as the
go.
TP comes in, and you said you wanted to see more action from Galatasaray. Well, they are pulling the trigger at every opportunity, and they are firing shots at Unicorns of Love. No Man's forced away. Santa's trying to dodge away as well, but No Man's ticking down with the Ignite will die to the cards. The deck is stacked against them as Galatasaray continue to push forward.
He's going to respawn as well, but you just not getting any leverage or any extra golden experience. So now we finally start seeing Mojito excel himself in the jungle.
And the problem for Unicorns of Love is, unless you hit either a chain or a bandage toss, this is what's going to happen. You're going to chase and you're going to chase after Mojito, and you are going to die because you chase. You can't lock down a Talon. Destiny coming in from Balulu. Ananasic, third time he dies in 14 minutes of action.
Finally, when they face a stronger opponent, and Galatasaray, they're just excelling that pressure. We talked about the windows that you would have on Ananasic, and then hope that you're going to be able to take it. But in the top side, you are finally starting to see some light because the Crazy was down.
You know who it is?
No, who is it?
Galatasaray versus C9.
That does already sound like a banger.
Honestly, with how Galatasaray are playing, I'm wondering if they can challenge for first in the group. It's going to be a close one as here they go once again. And the bullet time comes out, and Unicorns of Love have to flash like Neo from the Matrix. Boss coming in with a Hexagol Tomato, but the TP's going to join them up. Alive was the target there for Boss. He manages to survive for a very long time. In the end, he will fall. And Galatasaray with a flank TP from Crazy managed to pick up 2.
Yeah, strong team fighting as well, once again from Galatasaray.
Remember Zoriana getting caught out a couple of times in the first game they played here. Mojito will secure this. Doesn't actually have the smite, but able to take it in time. That's
here.
Yeah, it's very respectful from Crazy, as you say, shoring up some of the weaknesses we perhaps saw from them in the TCL, some of their foibles.
Because, yeah, you're going to be forced to start up the objective, and then Galatasaray, they can collapse on you. Sturksting does have flash.
There goes Mojito, and Anasic is stunned up. He's going to have to flash away, and that dragon is ripe for the taking, but Xerxing's already dead. Alive, forced off towards the top side as well. Stun card going on to Anasic, as well as the dragon secured. That's Ocean Soul for Galatasaray, and in a 3v4, No Man's forced away. Argonaut dead, and Anasic running for the hills. No Man's goes off towards the top side. Doesn't really matter that Unicorns of Love got an equal trade in that fight. They lost the soul, and because of that, well, No Man's going to lose his life as well. Stun card, wild cards, he missed.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean,
No Man's. Okay.
Is that
execute? You? Oh, that's actually well played by No Man's. Good job getting the execute. However, does mean that he is a little bit mismatched with the rest of his team's death timers. Boss going in here as Anasic tries to join the fight. Mojito trading onto Boss. Boss will get the shutdown. Crazy going in, but the hookshot wall dive will get Boss to safety.
And have the intel in the enemy jungle, but they're just being so careful about it, and that is the Galatasaray way. They like to take it slow, they like to not risk it until they find a team fight where they can know they can outplay them.
Well, Mojito tried to jump away here, but the chains are going to land. Santos on the chase as well with the curse of the Sad Mummy. Mojito might be caught out. Rampage happens as Balulu is able to kill off Argonaut. Mojito still in the midst of 4 will go down. 1-for-1 trade so far in this fight. Balulu still on the chase. Gold card locked in. Santos locked down. Crazy jumping forward, and Santos goes in, sacrifices himself for the good of the team. He will fall. And Anasic and No Man's survive off towards the top side. Boss will be shut down. And although their jungler is dead, I wonder if Galatasaray will just...
He's just going to parkour all his way down to the Baron pit.
Balulu has that stun card locked in. Crazy stepping forward. There we are. Trundle stunned up. Baron disengaged from Galatasaray, deciding they didn't want to fight it without their jungler. No Man's does have that Banshees, is able to jump away. The exhaust going down, and Alive is on the chase. No Man's dashes back straight into the waiting arm.
Still contested, and Anasic no flash though, so they need to find some sort of way to get into the pit, or some sort of CC chain to kill someone.
Santos does not have Curse of the Sad Mummy. It's about to come on cooldown, and the bullet time will kill off Argonaut before Unicorns of Love really had a chance to approach. Baron down to 2,000, and Anasic without flash, without a way into the pit, will have to give. Perhaps you'd be hoping you picked up a little bit more throughout it. Double up is going to land there onto Argonaut. He is forced back underneath this tower. Single auto attack takes him down to half of his health pool. Boss forced down towards the bottom side of the fight. Meanwhile, Crazy continues to split push, continues to pressure by himself. This cannon minion and Alive doing a lot of work to the tower, and that is the mid lane inhibitor tower down. No Man's jumping forward. Balulu continues to have that gold card of death locked above his head, and as soon as it goes down, Unicorns
the bottom lane.
So here's the problem if you're Unicorns. You see that damage No Man's just did? It's gone already because Galatasaray just healed up straight away with the Ocean Soul. They then get a kill onto Santos. They then get a kill onto Boss. And Galatasaray, the TCL representatives, are looking to close out the day undefeated. 2-0 is the scoreline that will be read tomorrow by Shocks. Galatasaray in such a strong position as they continue to push in. Double inhibitors down. Baron buff remains for 50 seconds, and Ananasic, No Man's, and Argonaut really can't defend against the second Nexus tower goes down. Galatasaray, defying many's expectations, go undefeated on day 1.
It's huge for Turkey. We're